'cause I got you. I couldn't ask for anything better when we're together.
So this is my entire movie collection. I started collecting movies back in 97, 98. I started off, of course, in VHS. And then after a few years, they started saying that they weren't going to make VCRs anymore to start collecting in DVD. I did that. I kept my treasured VHS tapes, and I still have them. So I have a VCR that I have to hold on for dear life because it's hard to come by. You may find some in Goodwill stores or in eBay, but they're pricey because they're so hard to come by. So I've taken care of mine so good and held on so that I could see those VHSs. But at one point, I did start collecting DVDs, so there are a ton of DVDs as well. But this collection has been distorted by my granddaughter, mind you. My OCD is killing me. But I let it go because she kept coming and she kept doing it, and I kept telling her to stop. I thought eventually she's going to stop because she's going to learn not to do it. And she has. She hasn't touched them for a good while. So I'm hoping that that was it for her. She got it out of her system. And I could finally calm my OCD down and have my movies the way I like them. Leveled, organized, and together. Now that means some of them I have by what type of movie they are, some of them are by the actor, and some of them are like depending if they're collections, like the Little House on the Parrot collection I have there. I have a couple of collections. And then there's the Christian section where it's movies based on faith and spirituality and stuff like that. Then you have your Christmas section and stuff like that. So it depends. And then I have actors that I love so much, like, oh God, Sandra Bullock. I love her. God, what's the guy's name? It went out of my mind. He's probably the only action guy that I really like. There's a few others. But yeah, so it depends on if it's a huge collection and if it's a certain type of collection. Like I said, my spiritual faith ones, Christian ones, versus all of my Christmas section, versus all of my reality TV show collection, series, so forth and so on. So I think you get it. Anyway, so I finally got a chance with my sciatica nerve. It's hard for me to bend and it really affects me. And I'll go back to the beginning in pain and suffering if I even try to get on the floor and have my knees crossed, or just sitting on the floor is really a no-no for me. So that's why I've been hesitating. Otherwise, I would have fixed it every time after she left. I would have put it back together. But because I've been going through the sciatica nerve situation, I just didn't want to sacrifice my health for that. But I found a way to do it because I'm tired of waiting for someone to help me do it. So I finally figured it out, and I'm going to show you what I got. So this is this level. The TV is that big. It's on top of it. And this is the level. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use so I'm not directly on the floor or crossing my legs or bending my legs, which are huge no-nos. So let me show you what I'm going to use. So my husband made this little stool for my granddaughter so she could use it in the bathroom and stand up by the sink, and nobody has to hold her, and she could brush her teeth, wash her hands and stuff. And then she can also sit here at this coffee table. That's what they used to call it. Now it's kind of like, what do you call these living room tables now? Back in the day, they were called coffee tables. I think because people used to drink coffee and tea around these tables. Anyway, so I'm in the old habit of naming it coffee table. Anyway, so she can sit here and play with her toys on the table and stuff like that, or for wherever she needed to sit down or reach something. So this has been used for so many good things for her. Maybe one day we'll paint it. It's solid wood. So I thought, okay, my chairs over there are too high. My desk chair swivels too much, so that's taking a chance. And my couches don't work because I can't move them closer to the thing. It's a mess right now because we've been opening packages that we got, and I already started taking some the VHS out because we were actually looking for a VHS cleaner that I've had from a long time ago. So I put some there. So that's why it's a little messy right here, but everything else is good, of course. So I'm going to use this because it'll allow me to sit down normally, but at a lower level. And it'll allow me to be eye level to the movies where I can still reach down really low and reach eye level as well. So that's what I'm going to use. You guys see that? She's got kinetic sand in there. So God knows if that's the only sand that's in there. So I'm definitely going to have to wipe these videos off. Wish me luck, guys. So I wanted to show you how it looks in front of me as well. You can see that I can see eye level to the TV. I could definitely have no problem reaching this top level of cubbies. And these in the front I could reach. I'm going to have a hard time going the back, but I'm going to do the best I can. I do not want to sacrifice my health. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. I've been in 4 months of excruciating pain, not being able to do anything, having to sleep on a recliner, not being able to sleep in my bed, just not being able to take a shower standing up. It's just been something really, really horrible and suffering for me. So I don't want to go back to that. I'm not out of the woods. Surgery, of course, is inevitable. Something is still there. But I just had a nerve burning procedure that helped and improved my pain and my situation so much. I'm totally able to walk without a walker, and I could walk fast. I can even run a little bit. And I could sleep in my bed all night long without any fear, any pain. I could do some cooking. I could do some cleaning. So I would say I'm 90% better, but that can change and stop at any time depending on how long this nerve burning situation lasts. So surgery is inevitable, but this is driving me crazy, guys. I have to fix it, but I am going to totally try to remember that my health has to come first. So I can't completely sacrifice, and if I have to recoup help, then that's what it has to be. Nobody's here but me and my son. My husband's in the backyard watering his plants, and he's really tired. He just got home from work, so if anybody's going to be able to help me, it's going to be my son. So let me get to it, and I'll come back with however far I got or if I completed it. So let's get started.
You know it's way too late. Regretting our mistakes. It got so head over heels crazy. Need to apologize. We went too far this time. Come a little closer. There's something I have to say. I love you and I hate you and I hope you feel the same. Come a little closer, baby. Please don't walk away. I love you and yeah. You got nothing to prove, oh baby. I know you'll do right by me. I'll do right by you. You got nothing to prove, oh baby. I know we got this.
Okay, so I decided to take a break for a minute, and my husband also came in, and he's like, "Oh my God, you did so much already. From the little time that I went back to the yard to water the plants, you have done so much. Please take a break. I don't want to be worried that you pushed too hard and something happened to you. Please, please put your health first. Take a break, and don't be hard on yourself. If you can't finish later on, or if you can't finish until tomorrow, please don't be hard on yourself. The point is, you got a good start. It's going to get done, and you're going to be happy, and it's going to be behind you. And we'll just make sure that Isabella doesn't touch that part. She already hasn't for within, I say, the last couple of months, maybe a month and a half. So I think she's over it. I hope she is. But if she's not, I'm going to have to let her know, like I taught her everything else not to touch that shouldn't be touched. I think she will understand and she will get it. So yeah, so I think I'm ready to get back at it. What I did is the middle and the back, because there's 3 layers, like I said, on top and 3 layers on the bottom. So the middle and back DVDs and VHSs, I gave it a good wipe. So because they were just dusty, they weren't really dirty, they were just dusty. And the shelf as well, just a quick wipe. But the front part of the shelf itself and of the VHS and DVDs, I gave it a good wipe. I'm using Lysol. I'm going between Lysol wipes and electronic wipes. And so that front shelf that has been touched and moved, I wiped and disinfected that whole area, and then all the VHSs and DVDs gave it a good wipe on the top of them, on the sides, on the bottom, on the front and back part of them. So it looks good. It smells good. So, and I'm done with the, almost done with the top and almost done with the two first shelves on the bottom. The third and fourth shelf is going to give me a really hard time because those were totally taken out and put back, just thrown back in. They're all misplaced. They're upside down. They're not the right way or in the right place at all, and it goes further back. So those are the worst shelves out of all the shelves. But each shelf had its degree of struggle, but the top shelves I would say is not as bad as the bottom, but surely the two last ones on the bottom, they're gonna give me a run for my money as well. But I'm gonna get to it. For them, sitting on this bench is not gonna be enough. I'm gonna have to get on the floor, but I'm thinking, should I just get on my knees? The important thing is that I don't cross my legs and bend it, or I'm not constantly leaning on one side or one leg, especially the sciatica nerve side, to get to that area. I think if I get on the floor, it's definitely gonna have to be on the knees, if anything. Or my other option is have my son help me with those two. Have him take everything out, see if he can wipe the shelf for me, which I'm sure he can. I'll give him instructions on how to wipe the shelf. It's only a square, so he would only have to wipe the sides and the bottom and dust off the top real quick, and then have all the VHSs. So then he could put them higher for me on this coffee table, and I could reach them better. I could give each one a good wipe, and then he would just have to help me put it back in the place that I would tell him, oh, these go here, these go there. So I might have to recruit him, but I know me, it has to be done. It has to be done by tonight because I have looked at it long enough and it drives me crazy. I'm such a clean and organized person, always have been since I was little. It's just a part of me that I can't get over. And when I'm ill or recovering, it just, I want to get up and do it. And sometimes you can't. And so now that I'm better, I want to stay better, but I feel like now I can do more things, so let me give it a try. Like yesterday, I ran errands by myself for the first time. I went to the grocery store for some food, and then I went to Walmart to pick up some items, and then I went to the church to get the holy water. And I went to the church first, then I went to Food Max, and I was doing good, which is a grocery store that we go to. By the time I got to Walmart, yeah, I was kind of like, maybe I overdid it. Maybe this is too much. I need to go back home as soon as possible. So I did. Once I was done, and that's the last place that I needed to go. So I came home and just tried to rest. I took my medication, ate dinner and so forth, and then I felt a little bit better. But yeah, I'm starting to realize what are my limits, but I don't want to reach my limit. I want to know like ahead of time, okay, there's a little flag right there that I need to stop before I hit that limit. So anyway, I'm going to continue time-lapsing this for you guys. So it's not taking long. You guys watching me in real time taking so long. Time-lapse just seems to be better. I mean, it looks like I'm Speedy Gonzalez, but I wish some things were like that, but it's not. So I'm going to give you a good look real quick to where we are right now. So I'm working on between that first and second shelf on the bottom, which is all those VHSs down there on the bottom. On the top are the same exact movie, but in DVD form. So, and some of them I got 2 or 3 of each movie because I started getting this thing. If I really love a movie, I wanted to have extras like I do with electronics and everything I have. I tend to do that in case one breaks or something happens, I have an extra. And if it's a real good movie that I know that it's going to be hard to get again. So I've done that. So you'll see like the first 3 pink ones, it says according to Greta. I got 3 of those. Why Did I Get Married? I got 2 of those. And then I think there was another one that I had 2 of. But everything that's in DVD on that top first shelf is in VHS down there. Those are my top favorite movies, or my top favorite movies. And so I started collecting them in VHS, and I definitely wanted them in DVD in case the VCR thing completely got extinct. So yeah, so I'm working on that. I still got it. I already cleaned and dusted and disinfected everything. So I just need to fill what's going to go on the top. I'm also working on the second bottom shelf, which is all my Little House on the Prairie collection. and then that's all mixed and messed up, that third and fourth shelf. The top is pretty done. Um, Everything that's going to go on there, I think, is pretty much there as well. There only can fit one more on that second top. On the third top, there's more that can go on the second and first layer, and there's more space, as you can see, on the last shelf. So I'm going to be working a little bit more on the top, but yeah, I'm pretty much done. And the last thing is going to be that third and fourth shelf, which is just a complete mess. So let me get to it before it gets later and before I get tired. And I'll show you, I guess, the ultimate look or when I've completed it.
I just wanna get you on my grid sometimes, on my grid sometimes. All my friends are saying that I waste my time, that I waste my time. I don't wanna tell you, don't know if you care. Repeating my mind, rolling around, stuck in your bed. Burning temptation, I just cannot hide it. Late at night when I'm all alone, try not to think about it. Invade my thoughts with your honeycomb. Try not to think about it, but baby I do.
Okay, I have just finished. As you can see up there in my Alexa, it is 10:27 at night. I'm thinking I'm gonna get actual confirmation from that. I'm thinking I started at 6:30 at the latest, anywhere between 6 and 6:30, but I'm thinking closer to 6:30. And I had two breaks. I had one, like maybe 15-minute break, and then I had maybe like a 20-minute break for dinner, and that was it. So let's take off 30 minutes from the 6:30. So I'm gonna say I started at 7 and it's 10:28. So 3.5 hours approximately working on this movie collection shelf, if you will. Oh, so I thought it was just gonna be a dust off or slash clean off, like I call it, disinfectant. I definitely was going to disinfect the movies and the shelves. And I thought that pretty much all of them were organized. It just needed to be pushed forward. But there was some shelves, like I said, these last two that were totally thrown back in there. They were all out of order. They were very dirty, or dusty, I should say, not dirty, dusty. Excuse me. And they were just, like I said, all over the place, unorganized. There were movies in there that didn't belong in that shelf. I don't know how she managed to do that. I could see them being thrown, but still belonging in the same shelf. No, it wasn't. It was like little by little, she took movies from other spots and just threw them all there together. Sorry, I got a lot of dust around me. And so I knew those two shelves were really, really bad. The top ones I thought were pretty good. I just thought that they needed to be pushed forward and maybe a video or a DVD placed somewhere else here and there. But I thought it was pretty good, and it wasn't. It was easier than the bottom for sure. But it was still a struggle. It was a struggle. Because I ended up taking all the front level down little by little, piece by piece. Like I said, the middle, top and bottom layers and the back, bottom and top layers just needed a wipe. I did that. Then the front top shelf, I actually disinfected it. The same thing that I did with the second and third top and bottom layer. It was a Lysol wipe. So every single thing was disinfected, but it was like just like a wipe. But the first level and the front of the shelves definitely had to be really wiped down, and each movie had to be wiped. And you saw me doing two different wipes. I would do the Lysol wipe to disinfect it, and then I would kind of use the electronic wipe just to dry it up and kind of also clean it. So that's why I was using two different wipes. But yeah, it not only had to be pushed forward, I'm going to say that the bottom row on the top shelves were pretty much together, but they still got their wiped. The shelf got their wipe down. The movies got their wipe down, but they just needed to be pushed a little bit forward and kind of really made even. But it's the top layer that was completely, I had to completely take them out, wipe them down, and do them all over again. And things were in the wrong place. It was just really weird, but it looked good if you looked at it. It looked like the best versus the bottom, but it's still, like I said, a lot of movies were misplaced, and I had to like place them, and I had to organize them, I would say, and just kind of put things in different places. And I was going according to the type of movie, whether it was a Christmas movie, a Christian spiritual faith-based movie, whether it was a reality TV show movie, was it a documentary, was it like kind of soul food movies, just like that humble kind of old school type of movie. And then some of them were by actors, but not much. It was primarily title based or subject based, I should say, to where how I chose to organize them. And that's pretty much how I had it before. But I do have some sections, like I have an entire Sandra Bullock movie collection, an entire Steven Seagal collection, an entire Denzel Washington collection. So there are some actors and actresses that I have all their movies, a whole collection of them. So those stay together by that actor or by that actress. But most of the movies are, like I said, are organized by subject. Again, Christmas movies, Christian spiritual faith-based movies, stuff like that, old school movies, romantic movies, documentaries, so forth and so on. So I think you guys get what I'm saying. So that's what I had to do. I had to bring it back to my original concept of how I organized my movies and stuff like that. And then I had to go into, okay, there's old VHSs that would come with this hard plastic cover versus just a box. So I had to make sure that if they were mixed with regular VHS boxes, that the plastic hardcover ones were together towards the end and the boxes were together. So to make the height level and just the even level across be better. You'll see that I couldn't fit two layers of DVDs right there, so I had to put one going straight forward, which I really don't like because I can't see what those movies are. So I'm talking about this top level right here. I really can't see what those movies are. So I think I'm going to use my labeler and label them somehow where I could see it if they are placed in the shelf like that, because I have no other choice. Even if I stood them up, I still really couldn't see the movie. So I got to figure out a system for that. I wish I could fit both two sides laying down, but it doesn't fit that way. Like I said, I have a space for more movies here, but it would have to be laying flat like this one here. These right here in this section right here are music CDs and one movie DVD. So I just put them there for now because my turntable stereo that I bought last year, which is really beautiful. It's a metallic candy apple red. It plays albums like old school. It plays Bluetooth, CDs, and the radio. So I have them there for now because my stereo was around this area. So that's why I have them out here. But I'm going to figure a special spot for that when I can figure where I'm going to put that stereo at. But for now, I'm going to keep it there because it fills that space. And you can see there's DVDs here, and then there's VHSs on top. And down here is all those on the bottom are in DVDs on the top shelf. So the very bottom VHSs are the matching ones to the bottom of the top shelf, right there, the first shelf. And then the top of these VHSs are like Christian movies, spiritual based movies, where the greatest story ever told, Jesus, the Ten Commandments, and those same ones in DVD, and some other Christian based movies. And there's some more right there, the ones that you can't see the title. Those are all Christian spiritual based movies. And then if you go to the top second shelf right here, the bottom shelf is all Christmas movies. And then the top ones laying flat are also Christmas movies. So that pretty first level, top and bottom, is Christmas movies. Like I said, regular movies here that has doubles. And not only do they have the matching DVD, this bottom one right here, these bottom VHSs, not only do they have the matching DVD on the top, but these are all doubles, except the Woman in Brewster Place. And I don't have a double of Imitation of Life, but you can see there's 2 Home Alones, 2 Sweet Home Alabamas. There's 2 Legally Blondes and 2 Where the Heart Is. So I keep those together. But on top, it's a total different subject. It's Christian spiritual base versus doubles, regular movies. And then you have the matching DVDs, and then you have some VHSs that match some of those DVDs. So you kind of get what I'm saying, how I organize them. This bottom shelf right here is all Little House on the Prairie. I don't think I have much in the back of that level. I also noticed that I gained space. I cleaned this shelf, I think it was early, not cleaned it, but I had reorganized it. I think it was the beginning of last year, and I did get rid of a ton of movies that I didn't like, didn't want, wasn't really seeing, and they were just occupying space that I needed for other movies that I really did like and I really do see. But I didn't have that space. So I don't know exactly how I got this space. It's just boggling my mind. Like, how did I get that space? When I did it early last year, all these were full pretty much. Wasn't full to the brim, and I don't think had a top layer, but the bottom layer definitely was full. So I don't know. Maybe it's how I reorganized it, made it so much nicer and better that it created that space for me, which is nice. So if I buy new movies, I have a home for them. I have space for them, which is really, really nice. The back ones there are, they're like Supercut videos. When I used to work for Supercuts, they gave me these VHSs because I think they were getting into DVDs. And so they gave me these VHSs. They asked me if I wanted them. And I said, absolutely, I would take them because I'm a licensed cosmetologist. And it's always good to refresh on different haircuts and the exact way to do it. Or if I'm teaching my daughters to do family or friends at home, they can look at that and learn from that. It's a really good training thing. But they're so old. This was like early 2000s, and they were getting rid of them. And I said, oh my God, are you going to get rid of those? They're like, yeah, we're doing DVDs. So yeah, so they didn't need them, and they had a whole bunch of extras of that same particular one. So these are just ones that they were getting rid of at the time. So I still keep them because they're so good for refreshing your memory of certain haircuts and teaching somebody that you may know. And then in the very front on the bottom there is cartoon Christian movies, the prophets, the story of David, the story of Solomon, and different ones like that. I got those when I was doing communion class. I think I bought them when a movie store was going out of business, and I was teaching communion class, and I wanted to show them because they were children, well, not children, they were like 10 and up, movies that they can identify more with than such a serious adult kind of really complex movie. They could understand the stories of the Bible in a cartoon form. And so I always keep those because I could definitely show them to my granddaughter and let her learn of the Bible in a childhood fun like way. So I'm going to definitely keep those. These are my collections of Charlie's Angels, the first, second, and the complete collection of Charlie's Angels. I have three of those, and then those above right here, or reality TV shows like Laguna Beach, The Hills, and then you have shows like Sanford and Son. That Laguna Beach is out of order. I just noticed that, so I'm going to put that back. 2 seasons of The Real Housewives of New Jersey and Atlanta, the trilogy of Rush Hour, the Rachel Zoe Project, which was a reality show on Bravo, a Perry Mason DVD collection, and stuff like that. San Francisco and stuff like that, if I didn't mention that. And then the top are just regular movies like The Call, Enough, The Poseidon, Titanic, 33, Sully, Philly Brown, stuff like that. So I hope that gives you an idea of what exactly I did to clean and reorganize my movie collection. I am so incredibly happy to have it back just the way I like it. Clean, organized to the T. I could see everything so much better. And I have ideas. I don't know exactly everything that's in the second or third layer back, but I took a peek and I try to get a visual of what's back there. So I pretty much know what's back there for the most part. Or I can have easy access where I could bring the movie down and see what's back there if I want to get into a really oldie goodie, or if I'm looking for one specific movie. So that's what's good about when it's your movie collection and you organize it the way you like it and how you know exactly where to find everything. So I'm so happy. So for 3.5 hours, it was worth it. I am so tired right now. I just want to freshen up. I want to make my cappuccino smoothie. I want to put on some comfy pajama type clothing, sit down and watch some videos, and then later on take a shower and go to bed. So just wanted to show you how that looked. I thought I had this lighting isn't all that great, huh? I hope you guys could see that. I should have put a lighting, but let me put a lighting real quick. So I have the living room light on, I have the flash from the phone on, and I have an extra LED lighting on, and it still seems dark to me. So I really hope that you can see everything and that this whole video wasn't so dark. But that is the final complete look. I have nothing to do with it tomorrow, and I'm going to make sure it stays like this way. If my granddaughter even tries it, I'm going to say, look, Mama says no, 'cause she calls me Mama, and I try to get her to say Grandma. But she calls me Mama, and my husband, Papa, Papa, and she calls her mom Mommy. So that's how she tells the difference. But I'm going to definitely keep her away from this section. Even if I have to move this coffee table to block it, and then she could play on the other side of the living room, that would work if I have to. But like I said, she hasn't messed with it. But if she even thinks about it, Grandma has touched her everything else. What you can't touch, what can break or can be dangerous or can be anything, and she's learned what she can and can't touch, and she's happy and we're happy. So she hasn't touched this in a while, but that doesn't mean now that she sees it all looking good that she might not be tempted. But I'm going to teach her that this is really important to me and that she can't touch this because it will make Grandma sad. And I'm sure she'll be like a little sweetheart because she loves me and I love her. And if she doesn't, like I said, now I have an option where I could put this coffee table, push it up against the movie collection where she can't go on that side at all. And then she'll have plenty of space, in this entire living room to play with, and she'll love that. So, but the test will be Sunday when she comes over. So I want to get a close-up look. So that is the top shelf. Second top shelf, third, fourth, and then we're coming back down. Bottom first shelf, the second, the third, look at all that space, and the fourth, look at all that space. And I have my Titanic VHS two box set collection right there. So yeah, so that's the way it looks. So happy, so proud. I'll keep you updated on how it goes.